Find the derivative f prime of the function f given below using the rules of differentiation. In part A, the function is x raised to 2.3. It's like xn. And look at on the right side. When the function is x raised to n, then the power rule, the derivative is bring n down, n x and subtract 1, n x and minus 1. So using this power rule, the derivative of this function will be then this 2.3 down, n x n minus 1, 2.3 minus 1, that's 1.3, done. And second, the function is 120 constant, and we know the derivative of constant alone, when there is a constant alone without x, its derivative is 0. We got two terms here in part C. So derivative is derivative of first term minus derivative of second term. Derivative of x squared using this power rule, that's 2x 2 minus 1, we don't have to write that. So derivative of x squared is 2x minus derivative of 1 is 0, and we didn't have to write minus 0 as well, so just 2x. Part D, we have three terms. So derivative of 1 is 0 plus derivative of x is 1 minus derivative of x cube using power rule. Derivative of x is also 1 using power rule. This is 3x squared, and 0 does not count, so this is 1 minus 3x squared. Okay. In part E, we have the function in terms of variable r. Instead of x, we have now independent variable r, so pi r squared. So r is like x, or the variable, and pi, this is a constant. So when we find the derivative f prime with respect to r, pi is constant, so just survives because it comes with a function, so pi survives, times derivative of r squared, it's like x squared, okay, 2r, and we can multiply, this is 2 pi constant, 2 pi r. F, same thing, f r equals 4/3 pi r cubed. R is like x in our previous questions. R is the variable, independent variable, so the derivative with respect to r is equal to 4/3 pi, that's a constant, so we keep 4/3 pi and times derivative of r cube. Find the derivative of r cube, which is 3r squared. It's like finding the derivative of x cubed. We can simplify. Here this 3 and 3 cancel from top and bottom, then 4 pi r squared. Okay, let's go for G. F as a function of u, 5u squared minus 5 over u squared. We need to move this to the top so that we can get rid of this fraction. So let me rewrite this function. This function is same as 5u squared, where u is the independent variable in this question, like x in the previous questions, minus 5, move this to the top, u raised to -2. So we just rewrote this function. Now we take the derivative with respect to u. It's like now we behave, this u behave like x, okay, so 5 survives, that equals 5 times derivative of u square is 2u 2 minus 1, this 2u is minus 5 times derivative of u n, like x n, power rule, so n x means our u, n minus 1, -2 minus 1. Let's simplify this. 5 times 2, 10u, minus, and this minus, plus 10 u raised to -3. You can leave here if you like to simplify, get rid of this negative exponent, writing 10 over u cube. This is it. So in h, let's rewrite this function. This is same as 5 times root x is x raised to 1/2. then it looks like xn. Now we can use the power rule. So the derivative is 5 is constant, survives there, times xn. Derivative of xn is n x n minus 1. Let's simplify. 5 times 1/2 is just 5 halves. X raised to 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. You can simplify if you like, but this is it. This is good enough. If you want to simplify further, so this is 5. If you put this x on the bottom, then negative is gone. So 2 x raised to 1/2, which is same as root x. Okay. It's a function of t instead of x. Now we have the function of t, so it's already in nice form. So the derivative with respect to t is this negative survives there. Derivative of t square, it's like derivative of x square. So 2t 2 minus 1, which is 1, that we don't write. Okay, so derivative of t square is 2t. It's like derivative of x square 2x plus xn type power rule. So n x n minus 1. Okay, t to the negative 2 is n x n minus 1. This is it. We can simplify. This is negative 2t plus minus this 2, t raised to negative 2 minus 1, negative 3. T raised to negative 3, we can put that on the bottom, or you can write t to the negative 3 on the top. Okay, j. Let's rewrite this function so that we can take derivative in the next step. 1 over x is same as x raised to negative 1. X raised to 1 on the bottom, take that to the top, minus cube root of x, that is this on the bottom, which is same as x raised to 1/3. Move that to the top. So 3 already on the top. X raised to 1/3, when we take to the top, becomes negative 1/3. So we just rewrote the function. Now we take the derivative, which is it's like xn power rule. So n x n minus 1, negative 1 minus 1, minus second term negative 3 times some function of x. So negative 3 survives there, times derivative of xn. So n negative 1/3 x n minus 1, negative 1/3 minus 1, which is 4/3. Let's simplify. X raised to negative 2, this is negative 1. X raised to negative 2, we can put on the bottom so that it becomes positive. And now this 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom cancel. So negative negative positive, and 1. This is x raised to negative 1/3 minus 1. 1/3 minus 3/3. 1 is same as 3/3, so this becomes negative 4/3. Put that on the bottom. So 1 over x raised to positive 4/3. Or you can write x raised to negative 4/3 on the top. And finally, we have a function fx. We need to find f prime 1. That means find the derivative first, then evaluate this derivative at x equals 1. At x equals 1. Same thing here. Find the derivative first and evaluate that derivative at negative 2. Okay, so let me find the derivative. The function is 3x squared minus 2x. So the derivative is 3 survives. So derivative of x squared is 2x. 3 times 2x, which is 2 times 3 is 6x, minus derivative of 2x is just 2. Now once we have this derivative, we can answer part A. F prime at 1 means evaluate this derivative at 1. Replace x by 1. So 6 times 1 minus 2. 6 times 1 6 minus 2 4. Part B. F prime at negative 2. So evaluate this derivative at negative 2. Plug in x equals negative 2. 6 times negative 2 minus 2. 6 times negative 2, negative 12 minus 2, which is negative 14. Final.